The moment you start chasing someone's attention is usually the exact moment they stop feeling attracted to you. Not because you're too nice, not because you said the wrong thing, but because, without realizing it, you stopped respecting yourself. And here's the part nobody tells you. Attraction doesn't grow where respect disappears. So why do people still beg, overgive, and shrink, hoping it'll bring someone closer? If you've ever felt confused by dating, like you gave more, cared more, tried harder, and somehow became less attractive because of it, this video is for you. This isn't about manipulation. It's not about playing games. And it's definitely not about pretending you don't care. This is about understanding a psychological truth most people learn too late. Emotional attraction is built on respect. Before desire, before love, before chemistry. Today, you're going to learn why respect shapes attraction, how it silently disappears in modern dating, and how reclaiming it changes the way people respond to you. Without force, without performance, without pretending to be someone you're not. If you've ever wondered, why did they pull away when I leaned in? Stay with me. Why attraction collapses the moment. Respect is lost. Attraction doesn't vanish overnight. It erodes quietly. It fades in the moments you ignore your own boundaries, in the text you send when you know you shouldn't, in the apology you make for having normal emotional needs. Let's paint a familiar picture. You meet someone. The connection feels real. They laugh at your jokes. They lean in when you talk. There's chemistry. So you invest. You show interest. You're consistent, available, present. And then something shifts. Replies slow down. Plans get vague. Energy drops. So what do most people do next? They try harder. More texting, more explaining, more emotional availability, more flexibility, less standards, less certainty, less self-respect. Here's the psychological twist most people miss. Attraction isn't repelled by affection. It's repelled by self-abandonment. When you consistently prioritize someone else's comfort over your own self-worth, your nervous system communicates something powerful, even if you never say it out loud. I don't value myself unless you choose me. And the human brain is extremely sensitive to that signal. Respect is not about dominance. It's not about control. It's not about being cold. Respect is about how you treat your own time, energy, and emotional space. When you cancel your life to be available on demand, when you accept inconsistency you wouldn't advise a friend to accept, when you tolerate behavior that quietly drains you, you may think you're being loving, but psychologically you're teaching the other person how to treat you. And attraction doesn't grow toward what feels negotiable. It grows toward what feels grounded, stable, self-directed. Think about it. Have you ever deeply desired someone who had no standards, who adjusted their personality to please you, who never challenged you, never stood firm, never risked losing you? Probably not. Not because they were bad people, but because respect creates polarity, and polarity is where attraction lives. Section 2. Respect is felt before it's understood. Here's the uncomfortable truth. People don't feel attracted to what they understand. They feel attracted to what they sense. Respect is not logical. It's emotional. Someone doesn't wake up one day and think, I no longer respect them. They feel it in your tone, your posture, your decisions. They feel it when you hesitate instead of choosing, when you over-explain instead of standing still, when your words seek approval instead of expressing truth. Respect shows up in subtle ways. How you respond to disappointment, whether you can tolerate silence, whether you walk away when something doesn't align. And here's where many people get it wrong. They confuse emotional openness with emotional availability without structure. Being emotionally open is attractive. Being emotionally dependent is not. There's a difference between saying, I enjoy you and I'd like to see where this goes, and saying, I need this to work or I won't be okay. One communicates confidence, the other communicates collapse. And collapse, no matter how loving, kills attraction. This is why people often say things like, "I don't know why, I just don't feel it anymore." What they're really saying is, the emotional dynamic no longer feels balanced. Respect is balance. It's the quiet understanding that you are choosing someone, not clinging to them. That your life is full with or without their validation. And when someone feels that, something interesting happens. They lean in. Because respect signals value, and value creates curiosity, and curiosity fuels attraction. Section 3. How self-respect rewrites your dating reality. So what does respect actually look like in real life? Not theory, not slogans. Behavior. Respect looks like this. You don't chase clarity, you require it. You don't punish silence, but you don't fill it with anxiety either. You don't overgive to prove worth. You give where there's reciprocity. Respect is saying no without anger, walking away without drama, holding your standards without needing applause. And here's the paradox. When you stop trying to be chosen, you become easier to choose, because now your presence feels intentional, not desperate, not performative. This doesn't mean you become distant. It means you become centered. You still care. You still connect. You still feel deeply. But you no longer betray yourself to keep someone interested. And that shift, that internal alignment, is felt immediately. People treat you differently when you treat yourself differently. Not because you demand respect, but because you embody it. And the right people, the emotionally mature ones, respond to that energy instinctively. They don't test it. They don't exploit it. They meet it. And the ones who disappear, they were never aligned with your self-worth to begin with. That's not a loss. That's clarity. Let me ask you something, and answer honestly. Where have you been abandoning your own respect in the name of attraction? Drop your reflection in the comments. Someone else reading it might need those words more than you realize. If you want more grounded psychological insights on attraction, boundaries, and emotional strength, subscribe to this channel. And if someone you care about is stuck chasing love at the cost of their self-worth, share this with them, because attraction built on respect doesn't fade, it deepens.